Hello, it's Jennifer. Today is April 15th. It's a Wednesday. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've just been kind of down for obvious reasons. But anyhow, I managed to still get my garden going for the year. I've actually been doing a lot, but I just haven't been filming it and posting to my YouTube or to my webpage much. So anyhow, I hope everybody is safe and well. Of course, these are trying times, and a lot of people like myself are turning to gardening for solace. So, well, I just hope everybody's doing well. Anyhow, today is the day I'm going to transplant my peppers into the yard. This year's peppers are mostly sweet. So the hot peppers that I tried to start, most of them did not even germinate. So basically I have sweet Spanish. Here is yellow monster. I believe this is the purple beauty here. And the rest of these are, it's probably the mystery one, are purple beauty. I believe more Spanish, sweet Spanish, and more of the yellow monsters. So I'm gonna give the hots a try again, but they really like the hot weather, so maybe giving them a little later start will be much better. So yeah, that's that. As you can see, we've had a lot of rain lately, so I have some cleanup to do too of things that got flooded. Basically, there was so much rain. We're just not used to having that much rain in Southern California that my poor little melons here died. So I'll have to start those again. Fortunately, melons grow quickly, so it's not a big deal. But my greens are loving it. So it's the Kylon and various cabbages, and these are the kalettes. I don't know if the kalettes are actually going to do their thing because it's kind of warm here, but I planted them anyhow, and the plant's beautiful, and I'm wondering whether I can just eat these leaves like I would any other greens. And over here I've got some broccoli, and I think all of them, yeah, have heads now that are growing. So this one will probably be the first one we eat once it's ready. I also have some cabbages, and these are called, I think, ribos, something like that, cabbage. And then of course my favorite, the little pixie cabbage, that one's ready to pick. So the rain has done these well. That one has side shoots, that broccoli. And so the plants are thriving here. The peas are also thriving. They loved all that water. They're not loving the heat though. Some of these are kind of limp. So, and the tomatoes, most of them look like they're gonna pull through. The carrots started germinating, so that's good. I was worried about them because I just dumped all the 4-year-old seeds in here to see what would come up, and it looks like most of them were still viable. Still waiting for this tomato to come up from seed. I gave a little water this morning. And the rest of the tomatoes are looking pretty good. I have to go through and inventory them. Looks like some damage happened to my planter here. Get hubby on that. So, things are a mess, but at the same time, things are growing. Hey, it's little stub-tail lizard. So this little guy lost his tail months ago, and he's been a constant garden companion. He doesn't really seem to be afraid of me. He's often at my side when I'm at the squash planter. So this pepper, oops, it's a sweet Spanish. I believe these were started at the beginning of February. I want to say the first week of February. So they are a little over 2 months, so 8 to 10 weeks. As you can see, they have extensive roots. So I've been using the double cup method, and that is where you have the cup, you have holes for the roots here to come out, and then you bottom feed through the second cup, such that you don't end up having damp soil up here and the young seedling doesn't dampen off. This one though has started to yellow, I think because the roots had nowhere else to go, so it's starting to get root bound. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one from the cup and put it in that bare hole. It's been a while since I've done this with the camera, so I finally went out and got my tripod because I realized I don't have 3 hands. So anyhow, so I'm going to gently take this out. Again, this is the sweet Spanish. Lots of roots down here, so I'm going to be as careful as possible not to break the roots up, or break the roots off down here. Damage there, and I'm just going to shove it into the hole. I'm not going to go and bust these roots up because, you know, the hole is perfectly shaped for this, and eventually the roots will find their way out. I haven't had a problem in the past. So there goes that one. This is the sweet Spanish. It's already been topped too, so that means I cut off the top 4 leaves when it was younger, to allow it to get more bushy, so these sides, to force the side shoots here to grow, and that's exactly what's happening. And then I left these big leaves on. We'll see if these need to go, but I don't think they do. So this is the Purple Beauty, and it's a bell pepper type that produces dark purple bell peppers. One of the distinguishing features of the plant are these beautiful purple veins and a dark stem. And the leaves are also darker than the other plants. I don't think I've grown this variety before, so I have no idea how big the fruits are. But we'll see, hopefully midsummer. So as a little tour in this first raised bed, I have a summer pick tomato, kaleette, and a cordabouet, or boo, I don't know how to say it, tomato. The middle row is the Purple Beauty pepper, German lunchbox tomato, the sweet Spanish pepper. Over here is another German lunchbox tomato, yellow monster, and Brad's atomic grape. So I'm not familiar with how the German lunchbox tomatoes grow, but the cordabouet and the grows quite thinly, so it grows up tall, but it doesn't spread very wide. And I don't know about the Brad's atomic grape either, but if it's like the other weird cherry tomato plants I planted, it also doesn't spread, it just grows up straight. The sweet Spanish becomes a very large plant if it gets enough water, and that's generally about 3 feet tall and considerable spread, but it has enough room in here. And the fruits themselves are pretty large, so it's a big frying tomato, so probably 5 to 6 inches long, shaped like a horn, and a pretty big horn too, probably a couple inches wide at the top. The yellow monster Also, it doesn't get as big as the sweet Spanish, but it gets about 2 feet tall, and the fruits on it are enormous. So it's like double bell peppers. And I don't know anything yet about the Purple Beauty, so we'll see how that goes. And I don't know if these calets are actually going to produce the little calets on the side. It might be getting too hot here, but I'll leave it just to see if it does. If not, if it doesn't, hopefully we can just eat the leaves, like, you know, normal kale or something like that. Depends on how tough they are when cooked. So I managed to get all the peppers in the ground. This is the next day. In the morning, it's starting to get hot already. It's already 80. So this one here is the golden giant. That one there is a pasilla. This one here is a yellow monster. And then this little guy back there is a mystery. It was one of those ones that pops up on the side of a seed pod, and well, I decided to go ahead and let it grow and see what it becomes. So that's that one. And then I planted some over here with the green, so it looks like the slugs are doing a number on these Hilton cabbages. So who knows if there'll be enough cabbage left to eat. But either way, I have a melon over here that died from all the rain and cold. So I went ahead and replaced those with these peppers here. And this one here is a grocery store poblano pepper. So we'll see how that one goes. Whether, you know, it's the same poblano pepper that you get from the seed store, or whether it's like some huge ass factory plant. And then this is a pepper from last year, which I need to cut back so the new growth can come in. It looks like it's got, so tried to make some stubby peppers over the winter. And that's all for now. The next time I'll go over all the tomatoes I planted this year.